The Zodiac Killer, a mystery. Imagine a city gripped by fear. Late at night, under the shroud of fog, a shadowy figure lurks. A killer without a name, but one who left a mark on history, a mark written in blood and coded messages. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer, one of the most enigmatic and terrifying serial killers in American history. In the late 1960s, Northern California was gripped by fear. A series of brutal murders began, each more chilling than the last. The killer? A figure who would come to be known as the Zodiac. Unlike other criminals, the Zodiac didn't just kill, he communicated. Through letters, ciphers, and phone calls, he taunted police, journalists, and the public, making it clear he was playing a game, one with deadly stakes. The Zodiac's spree started on December 20, 1968. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, two high school students, were found shot to death near Lake Herman Road. There was no clear motive, no robbery, no personal vendetta, just senseless violence. This wasn't a random act. It was the beginning of a terrifying pattern. On July 4, 1969, another couple, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau, were attacked at Blue Rock Springs Park. This time, the Zodiac made a mistake. Michael survived and provided the first description of the killer, a stocky man with short, light brown hair in his late 20s or early 30s. But even with this information, the police were no closer to catching him. Then came the letters. On August 1, 1969, the San Francisco Chronicle, the San Francisco Examiner, and the Vallejo Times-Herald received nearly identical letters from the killer. Each contained a portion of a cryptogram that the Zodiac demanded be published. If not, he promised to kill again. The first cipher was cracked by a schoolteacher and his wife. The message read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." But the ciphers weren't just puzzles. They were part of the Zodiac's game. He wanted control. He wanted fear, and he succeeded. People were terrified, not just of the killings, but of the mind behind them, a mind that enjoyed toying with the police and the public alike. On September 27, 1969, at Lake Berryessa, the Zodiac's brutality escalated. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying a peaceful day by the lake when a hooded figure approached them. He tied them up and stabbed them repeatedly. Brian survived, but Cecilia did not. Before leaving, the Zodiac left a message on their car door, complete with his now infamous symbol. Just 2 weeks later, on October 11, 1969, Paul Stein, a cab driver in San Francisco, was shot point blank. This attack was different, more public, more brazen. Witnesses saw the killer and helped create a composite sketch. Yet, the Zodiac still managed to evade capture. The investigation into the Zodiac Killer became one of the largest in California's history. Hundreds of tips came in, but none led to his capture. Among the suspects, one name stood out: Arthur Lee Allen. Allen had a criminal record, a fascination with cryptography and connections to the Zodiac's timeline. He seemed to fit the profile, but definitive proof was lacking. Despite the circumstantial evidence, Allen was never charged. The Zodiac's letters continued, each more taunting than the last. He claimed responsibility for more murders, provided cryptic clues, and kept the public guessing. Some of his ciphers, like the Z340, remained unsolved for decades. It wasn't until 2020 that a team of cryptologists finally cracked it. The message, while chilling, offered no clues to his identity. Over the years, theories about the Zodiac's identity have proliferated. Some believe he was a disgruntled genius, others, a military-trained cryptographer. Some even suggest he may have been part of a larger conspiracy. But despite the speculation, the Zodiac remains an enigma. Modern forensic science, especially DNA analysis, has provided new hope. DNA was recovered from some of the Zodiac's letters, but it hasn't yet led to a definitive identification. Amateur sleuths, journalists, and professional investigators continue to chase leads, hoping to unmask one of history's most infamous killers. The Zodiac Killer left a legacy of fear and fascination. His cryptic messages, his brutal crimes, and his ability to vanish without a trace have kept the world captivated for over 50 years. Despite advances in technology and countless investigations, the Zodiac remains an unsolved mystery, a ghost haunting the annals of true crime. The question remains, who was the Zodiac Killer? Will we ever know? Or will this mystery remain forever unsolved? If mysteries like this captivate you, don't forget to like and subscribe to Beyond the Mystery Facts, and join us for more deep dives into the world's strangest unsolved cases. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.